What's up, guys? We're back once again, and we are going to be discussing another show that I personally loved growing up, which was, of course, The Batman. You guys should already know I was going to be discussing this show at some point, and this anime series was absolutely amazing, man. It was in 2004, and you can watch it on HBO Max right now. And not only did it bring up amazing, not only voice casting, we had Mark Hamill in here, we had Adam West in here, we had some new ones that was in here. We even have Ron Perlman's Killer Croc crying out loud. We got a lot of different voice actors in here, and we got to see different versions of not only our favorite villains, our favorite heroes, and just a bunch of different stuff. I mean, I think this show not only showed the beginning of Bruce Wayne as the Batman, but also how, just different versions, man. I mean, I loved how Joker looked in here, how Mr. Freeze looked, how, Selena, aka Catwoman did, Riddler, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, the way Batman looked in this version, it just looked absolutely badass. And let's not only talk about this, man, but also Batman versus Dracula. We got to see the very first version of Batman versus Dracula because of this show. It really, it corresponded with the movie of Batman, of the Batman versus Dracula movie, and I loved it. I think that this movie really helped, and in the show it was just badass. I mean, it was amazing because we got to see the growth of Batman, Bruce Wayne, and him, learning about different things, how him always getting hurt. He wasn't a 10-year, he wasn't a 5-year, he was learning as he went. He was learning what he was doing, every episode, how to deal with Mr. Freeze, how to deal with Joker, came in contact with Superman, Nightwing, Robin, Batgirl, all this different stuff that was in this show. And I think that's what made the show great, is not only was it early in the early 2000s, and the animation, again, this was so crisp, it was so clean, that it made us feel like, wow, this world, I wouldn't say, it was better than the Batman animated series in the 90s, but it came very damn near close. I mean, this show is one of my favorite shows of Batman, other than, of course, the animated Batman, as well as also Batman Beyond. But this really goes up there because it really showed Batman as not only a vigilante, but as a mentor, as a teacher, as a learner, from learning how to deal with different enemies, as well as learning from different viewpoints of how to take on different enemies. Man-Bat, Penguin, Riddler, as well as Clayface, and other ones. And especially, like I said, growing up against Dracula, I love that movie. I mean, a lot of people think that movie's crap, but it's not. I love it. And just like I said, the villains alone, Firefly and Poison Ivy, and many others that just look absolutely incredible, that I think the designs was very flawless. I mean, I think it was very unique, it was very colorful, it was very just interesting for its time. And I'll always be very honored and very proud that, hey, I grew up during this era of this version of Batman. I was in my preteens, I would say, or like almost in my preteens. I think I was like 10 or something like that. I was young, man. I was like in my preteens or late, like I would say between the ages of like 8 to 9, something like that. I mean, I was young. I mean, I would always watch this show. I remember trying to get the toys and trying to just watch it every time it came on Saturday, and I love it. And I think that this version of Batman is what I think a lot of people prefer, because not only of the story, but the character design, the action, the voice acting, and everything of that nature. Because again, it just really showed us another version of Batman in his early years of becoming not only the Dark Knight that we know and love, but at the same time, same thing for these characters. Him learning how to deal with these characters, their weaknesses, their flaws, how he can improve against them, and him becoming a major threat within the world of Gotham City, and him becoming a vet that we know with Bruce Wayne, aka the Batman, and then Barbara Gordon, her idolizing Batman. Same thing with Dick Grayson and all this other stuff. So again, it was a great show. If you guys have never watched it, go check it out. Either way, what are your thoughts about it? Let me know down in the comments. Who was your favorite villain in Batman or the Batman? I'd personally like to know down in the comments. I think that my favorite villain in this, that's kind of a hard one, because again, this version of Joker I liked. It was really funny too. But I always think that Mark Hamill's Joker is going to be my favorite no matter what, as well as I like the way, the design for Mr. Freeze was, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, Selena. I can go on and on and on. I mean, just the designs is what really drew me to these characters and what drew me to this show. But overall, let me know what you guys think about this down in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed once again, and I'll see you as always on the next one.